Teacher friend, glad that you're joining us. It's been a hot minute and some things have been changing. So today we're going to talk about those changes. Maybe, like me, a couple of weeks ago, you woke up and you went to your computer and you saw this thing on your newsfeed that was like, oh, hey, we're going to change everything on you. And it might have freaked you out a little bit. So we're going to be talking about the New Pages experience. So if you are a music teacher who uses the Book of Face to run your business, as we should, right? Or at least to run the social media part of your business. If you are using a business page, you might have noticed some big changes. Now, if you haven't been rolled into the big changes, I'm here to let you know it is going to happen. So we're getting out ahead of it today, and we're going to have a discussion about some of the major differences, some of the positive things that I have found, and basically, I'm here to help you not panic. Because these types of things happen every once in a while. These are platforms that are free that we are using, and we are at the whim of the platform because these platforms are businesses and they are trying to make money and also create a better user experience. So we are going to be examining the differences between the old page experience and what they're calling the new pages experience. So I hope that you're going to enjoy this with me today. If you have a business friend, this doesn't even have to be just a music teacher. If you have a friend who runs a business and uses Facebook pages, let them know about this because we're going to keep it simple, but there's some important points that we're going to go through today that I think will make this transition really easy for you. So if you have someone who could benefit from joining in on this conversation, let them know down below right now, or you can send this video to them. Hey, there you go. Yeah, thank you, Erin. Well enough to do a live stream. I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so don't panic. The New Pages experience, there's some cool things, and I'm really excited to show them to you. All right, so before we get into that, let's play a little music today, and I'm going to do some behind-the-scenes things because some part of these changes changed the way I do this broadcast, and I want to make sure that everybody has the link. So I'll be right back. That was almost perfect timing. Okay, so I believe that we have everything updated here. Let me make sure that I updated the right link. I did. Fantastic. Okay, so today we are going to be discussing the New Pages experience, and I'm going to be doing a lot of screen sharing. I'm going to be showing you some of the differences both on desktop and mobile to get you all ready to go. So if you are joining me live, thank you. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're joining me live, let me know. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And I would love to know, have you been rolled into the New Pages experience here on the Book of Face? So let me know where you're tuning in from and if you've been rolled into the new changes. If you're new, welcome. My name is Sara Campbell. I am a business strategist, mindset, and marketing coach for music studio owners and online education experts just like yourself. And I typically go live here every Wednesday, except for the Wednesdays when I have COVID. Hooray! I'm back. So I've got my tea. You'll have to excuse me. Hopefully I will not be coughing, but I will be drinking a lot of tea today. And I do want to show you all this amazing cup that was given to me by one of my favorite clients, Julie. It says other business coaches, and then apparently this is me. It makes me very happy. Okay, let's say hello to some people before we get into the tips today and before we do some quick housekeeping because I'm so excited to see you all. We'll take this down for a moment. Okay, so Elizabeth's tuning in from Central New York. Fantastic. Heather Nelson is in Springfield, and she is not rolled in yet. So Heather will be giving you like the sneak peek of what's to come. And Karen is back from vacation. Thank you so much, Karen. Victoria is tuning in on YouTube from New Jersey. Hi, Victoria. Nice to see you. Bethany says she has been rolled in and she actually likes the new setup. Excited to poke around a little bit more. Jane Evans is tuning in from her car and she's got the new pages. Okay, fantastic. Oh, yay. Okay, Bethany, I forgot where your location was. Nova Scotia and Yarmouth. Beautiful. Okay, so let's get into the goods today. I do have some things set up for you just to let you know from the top here. If you drop the word new down below, for those who are watching on Bethany and Victoria, those watching on, what do you call it? YouTube. A little slow today, a little brain frog. Brain fog, not brain frog. Okay. It's going to be interesting today. Y'all are in for a good ride. If you drop the word new down below, the Savvy Sara bot will send you a couple of things. One of the things that she's going to send you is she's going to send you a link to one of the help documents here at Facebook. Some of the information on the help document is incorrect, so we're going to go over some of that today. And she's also going to send you some other links that we're going to be mentioning today. So I love it. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Karen. Brain frog. We all got it. Okay, so we're going to be, is brain frog when my thoughts can't keep jumping all over the place and I can't focus? Totally. That's the definition. At least it is now. We're going to add that to the Urban Dictionary after we're done. Okay. So those watching on YouTube, I want to finish my thought. Look in the live chat for the link that I just dropped in there. If you're watching on the replay there, look inside of the description. The description will have this link that you can click on. All right. So if you are enjoying this broadcast and you're excited like me, can we just take a second to show a little love to the platform? And that love is in the form of click that little like response button. Give me some of these. Give me some of these. And if you're over on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, yada, yada. Okay, all that stuff is out of the way. Let's get to the topic today. If you're a Douglas Adams fan, grab your towels because we are not going to panic about these changes. I think that they are very positive. And I believe it was Bethany who said she actually really likes the new setup. And I will admit that after, like, on the first day, I was really ticked off. I was so ticked off because I'm like, really? There's enough going on in the world right now. You need to change the platform on me? Okay. But after a few days, I actually really like the changes and I'm getting quite used to them. So I think that you're going to like what we're going to cover here. So let's get to it, shall we? First and foremost, let's answer the big question. Yes, you are going to get rolled into the new Pages experience. Everybody is. I'm not sure of the percentage of people who have already been rolled in. This has actually been a very slow rollout. Some people have had access to this for almost a year. And so they were betaing this for quite some time. And is, this is something that they've fixed some of the bugs. There are still some weird bugs inside of it, and I'll show you some of the ones that I'm experiencing so that you don't have to panic about them if you experience them. So, but the question is, am I going to get this? And the answer is yes. Yes, you are going to get this, and please don't panic. Thank you, Bethany. I've been thinking that, yes, exactly. See? Look for all the nerdy references in my video. I like to hide them. They're like little Easter eggs. Okay, so that is out of the way. We are going to be doing a lot of screen sharing today. We're going to start on desktop. And I'm also going to be doing some very creative screen sharing through Zoom from my phone. I tested it out this morning and it worked. So let's talk about the main differences here. Like one of the main differences with the new experience is that what the Book of Face has done is they have taken your personal profile and your page and they've split them up. And that might sound like a giant pain in the tuchus, but it's actually quite cool. And I kind of like it after experiencing it for a couple of weeks. So in the past, and actually what's interesting is that some of my pages are not rolled into the changes. Let's take, say for instance, in the past you may have been on desktop and you navigate over to your business page, and where you were acting as your personal profile before and you were commenting as Sara Campbell, when you navigated over to your page, all of a sudden you're commenting as Savvy Music Studio, right? So it's different. Now with the new pages experience, you actually, it's much clearer how you can interact as your page and how you can interact as your profile. And there's some pretty cool things about this that I would love to share with you. So let me get, we're gonna get our screen share ready to go. Give me a moment. I wanna make sure, one, that I don't have any like open chats. I closed all the chats. Here we go. Okay, so let's get into our screen sharing. Okay, fabulous. So you should be able to see my screen share right now, and let me go ahead and zoom this into the window. All right. So, okay, I see, like Cassandra has said, my music page was pulled into it, but my Mary Kay page hasn't been pulled in yet. Exactly, right? Actually, for a while, my music studio page had been pulled into it. That page is no longer active. I haven't taken on a new student in 3 years because I'm hanging out with you all more, right? I'm making more space for you guys. But then this page was finally rolled in a couple weeks ago. Yes, Pete, I agree. Commenting had always been unclear, and it was a real pain in the butt to, you know, navigate between the two. So let me show you the basics here. I'm going to try to keep this chat off to the side so I can make sure that I can see it. Hey, Susan Stevenson, nice to see you over on the YouTubes. Okay, here we go. In this new version of Facebook, what you're going to notice is we've seen this before, right? This is how you're going to know if you are interacting as your personal profile or interacting as your page. So up in the top here, if you see your personal profile picture, you're interacting as your personal profile. So if I'm over on Facebook, you all know that I use the newsfeed eradicator, so you're not going to see my newsfeed. You know, this would be where I'd interact as myself. And you can see up at the top here, there's my personal profile picture. This is where I can post about things and complain about things, like, you know, that whole like at everyone thing that's going on inside of groups right now. No, that's a hot no. If you haven't seen it yet, I know you will. All right, so this is me interacting as my personal profile. Now, if I want to make a post on my page as my business page, the difference is this. When I click on this, okay, you're going to see this little like swirling doohickey, and let me see if I can, yeah. So I'm enlarging that so you can see this is how I switch now to the new profile. So switching to the new profile, now it is very clear. It says you are now interacting as the page, and you can see up at the top, you now see the profile picture from the page. So side note right now, I mean, here's something to consider, right? Here's something that's really important. If you have a profile picture on your page and your personal profile that is the same, it's time to change that, because that's going to be really confusing. So I would highly suggest, you know, that if you have a logo that fits inside of a circular profile picture for your business, I would use that. Or you can use a couple different headshots. Just make sure that they're different enough that you can quickly discern whether or not you are in your personal profile or on your page. So that's one of the major things, right? One of the major things is, let me come back to the screen share. Major things, this is different. Now, if I want to navigate, you know, back to my personal profile, I just click on that and ta-da. Now, one thing that I do think is important, like this button, right? You do want to make sure that you're actually clicking on that little thing that rotates, because if you click over here, it's just going to take you to your personal profile, which is kind of cool because this is a great shortcut. Here I've switched over to my page yet again. And if I want to go to my actual page, I can just click on the page name here. And that makes it really simple. So that's one of the main differences here, is that when you are navigating between the two, it makes it very, very clear that, hey, now I'm interacting as my page, and now I'm interacting as my personal profile. Personally, I love that change. Let me know what you guys think of that change down below. I think it's fantastic. But some people might not think it's fantastic, which I get. So I'm going to also show you one of the things that I thought was kind of interesting in the app itself. Once you're rolled into the New Pages experience, you're going to be rolled into it both on desktop and on the app. And here's what I love about this. So in the past, what we have had with the different apps is that we've had multiple apps, and some of them have been retired. So we have the regular Facebook app. Then we would have the Facebook Business Pages app, which was always clunky and weird. Oh, hey, I see it's showing as unknown user on my end, but hello. We'll see if I can find out who you are. It has, back to what I was saying. Oh, sorry, brain frog again. It's bad. Oh, that's a great question, Karen. We're going to get to that in just a second. She asked, does the swirling doohickey show up on the app? So back to the apps, right? We had the Facebook app. We had the Facebook Pages app, which was weird. Then we had like the Facebook Business Suite app. And it's like, whoa, there were a lot of apps to change. Now with this New Pages experience, you're going to be using still two apps, but you can do all the page stuff inside of the regular app. And then there's going to be one thing that you do actually need the Meta app for. So that's going to be different. Oh, hi, Keith. That's so funny. It's showing you as unknown user. What the heck is up with that? Oh, I see why. It's because you're over on my personal page. Aha. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Cassandra says, I'm not sure I like it yet. It does take a moment to switch between the two. Absolutely. Now, in a moment, I'm going to explain why I think that this is a really good change. You know what? I'm just going to explain it now. Here's why or otherwise I'm just going to forget. Here's why I think that this is a really positive change. So as many of you know, like I use Facebook basically to run a business. That's what I'm using it for. I also use it to like share pictures of my cats. I don't use it a lot for personal stuff. It's primarily for business stuff. Now, I am also inside of like as a human being and as a coach, I'm inside of like some paid programs that are inside of the platform as well. And I have a lot of friends. The notifications that I get on Facebook go so quickly that if I am tagged inside of a group, if I'm tagged, on a business page thing, that can very, very easily get lost. So if you're pretty active on the platform as a human being, but you're also pretty active as a business owner, in the past, it's been really easy to miss notifications. Now that they've introduced this New Pages experience, the notifications are so much clearer. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. So Cassandra, let me give you an example of this. Okay, so yet again, showing that I am going to see the little swirling doohickey. I'm switching between the pages. Okay, and then I'm going to use that little shortcut trick that we showed you, like that you can go to your page. All right, so on my page now, if I click, I'm interacting as my business profile. If I click on notifications, the only I'm in the way. Let me move myself. Okay. The only notifications I'm seeing right here are actually notifications from the business page. So you don't have to scroll through tons of personal notifications, because before they had the personal profile and the business page kind of like intertwined, right? They've torn them apart. So this is great. Now, if I want to make sure that I'm not missing something, like a comment on a video, or, oh, okay, Michelle Travato sent me a message on Meta, it's easy for me to make sure that I'm not missing anything. And I can see like here, this tells me that Phil is waiting for a reply. And I know he had actually messaged me on Instagram. Now, there is one main, big main difference here, and I'm going to show you both on the desktop and on the app. Right here, the chats that you see that are open, these are business chats. These are not my regular messenger. When I click on this from the business profile, it is going to open me up in Meta, right? So this is, this is one of the main differences, and you're going to see it on the app as well. I kind of like it. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, I was going to show you, we'll get back to this, but we're going to stop the share, and we're going to bring up another screen share. I'm going to show you on the app how some things are different. Okay. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. I was hoping I wasn't going to cough. Karen says, I think my page blocks comments because I never get any on my business page. I only get number of views. Karen, that opens up a whole nother discussion on what are the settings that you have on your business page, and what, because you can select different settings and things like that. And then also, what type of content are you sharing? It could be that the algorithm is kind of pushing your content down and not a lot of people are seeing it, so they're not commenting on it. So that opens up a whole nother discussion. And I should mention, for music teacher friends who are watching right now, if that is like kind of curious to you and you want to know more about that, this is something that we're going to be covering a lot of. It's already covered in the social media course that I run here on Facebook. But we're going to be covering more of that with all the new page changes. So if you want to learn more about the social media course, where we're going to dive deep into like settings and things like that, go ahead and put social course down below, and I'll send out a message to you. Okay. Yes, here. So here we go. I want to do a good screen share from my phone because I know people may be like, oh, but what does it look like on the app? So we're going to start Zoom up. Oh my gosh, Erin, thank you. Erin says that the social media course is fire. That makes me so happy. Okay. How did I do this before? Screen share, iPhone, share, boom. All right. Guys, I'm doing like major technical stuff in the background. I apologize. Here we go. So we are going to do a screen share, and then we are going to show Zoom, and boom. There we go. Okay. I'm going to close this thing though. Okay, so now you can see my phone. Yay. Okay, so here's what we're going to be talking about here. So the differences on the phone, this is super cool. Let me find my little annotate guy here, my spotlight. Okay, so wait, I want a little spotlight. There we go. So you see the little, follow the red blinking dot, y'all. Okay, so what we're going to do is actually, it's not following on the same. Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to be looking at how to switch on your profile. So the way you switch here is you're going to go to the little menu button down at the bottom. And I just clicked on that. And now you can see, yes, we have that little rotating guy thing up at the top. Now, if you actually manage multiple pages, when you click on the down arrow here, whoops, I didn't click on it clearly. When you click on the down arrow, this is going to open up like your multiple profiles. I have 2 pages that have been rolled into the new experience. The Savvy Music and then the Sara's Music Studio, both have been rolled in. And what's nice is that you'll see if you have notifications on them. Okay, so I'm going to come back to this. In order to navigate to your business page, you can click on the little swirly guy. And then notice the big difference here is that right here, you see that I have my profile picture from the page. You can also see it down at the bottom. So this is how you're going to know if you are interacting as the page or if you are interacting as yourself. Keith, I'm guessing this is you. Should I silence my notifications? Should I silo my notifications? How do you organize it? It's easy to mix up wearing, posting, phone, replying, etc. Well, when you're rolled into the new experience, you actually, it's going to be super clear that you won't, it won't be confusing as who you're interacting as. Because on this new, why is there like a chick in a bikini on the reels? Like, whatever. Okay, on this new version, you can see that I am interacting as the page down at the bottom. So I could actually interact with Dorla's page right here. And I'm going to comment. Yay. Such a beautiful set of photos. And you can see, look, it's actually commenting on my page. Super cool, right? So that's one thing that I kind of like. Hey, Leishan, I don't think Leishan's here today. So here's Leishan's page, all of this stuff, you know, these are people that, hey, Heather, it's you. I'm not saying it's hot outside, but two hobbits just threw a ring into my backyard. Absolutely. Okay, so in everything that I'm doing right now, because I can see that I have this profile down at the bottom, this profile picture, I'm interacting as my page. Yes, Heather. So once you are rolled into the new pages experience, it's going to be both the app and the desktop version. It is. I kind of like this. I think it's really convenient. Okay, coming back to this menu here. I mean, I'm going to be creating so many tutorials that actually guide you through all of this, both on desktop and mobile. I've got my work cut out for me. But I just want to show you, like, how cool is this that it's completely separated. You even have things like, let me see if I can find it. Oh, it moved around on me. You have memories for your page, which is something that we had before, but it was super hard to access. You know, this has made it very easy for you to interact as your page. Now, I want to show you one more thing. Okay, this is one thing to keep in mind. You can see with the new pages experience, they've actually shifted things around with how the page looks. So one of the things that I am going to be doing is probably redoing my cover photo, because with the way the new app version is looking, this cover photo does not work very well with this profile picture that's in the middle. It's kind of interesting. And, you know, over on the personal profile, same idea. So, you know, something to keep in mind that for future, we're probably going to shift some things around. Okay, so coming back here, I'm going to make sure interact pages with pages, profiles with profiles. So simple. You can do that. You know, you're going to be able to do that from desktop and mobile, because what's cool with the new version is that you actually have a pages news feed, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so let's move on. I knew this was going to last for a long time. If you're enjoying this, let me know. It's a little weird. If it's feeling overwhelming, also let me know. If there's anything that you want me to go over again, let me know. But I want to stay focused. So we've talked about the fact that, yes, you're going to get rolled into this. We've talked about navigating between your profiles. That's like the basic huge difference. And then, like, to kind of summarize things, most stuff in this is the same, but it's also different. If you want to get a hold of Facebook's help document about the new pages experiment, yeah, it is like an experiment. Drop the word new down below, okay? If you put the word new down below, I need to stop this share in the background. Sorry, there's too much stuff going on. If you drop the word new, right, then I'll send you the link to this help document. Some of the things in the help document I felt were a little confusing. So let's go through some of the things that are similar and some of the things that are different. One of the things that you may panic about is that you, Keith, I'm gonna, you know what? Because you're over on my personal profile and not on my page, that link is not gonna work for you. But I will come back through, or sorry, that word is not gonna work for you. Susan, you're on YouTube, so look for the link that I posted there. I know, it's a lot of stuff. So there's the link above. Make sure, nope, that's not the link. All right, Sarah, I'll get back to it. Susan, I'll make sure you get that. Keith, I'll make sure you get that. All right, focus. Brain frog. Okay, so one of the things that you may freak out about is that you will probably get some kind of a notification that you are either just going to be showing follows or you're just going to be showing likes. So a way back, they started introducing this idea that we were going to be switching to follows on Facebook instead of likes, kind of like Instagram, right? This is probably around the same time that that Facebook acquired Instagram, and Instagram uses the term follow, whereas Facebook uses the term like. Well, they had thought that they were going to, at least according to me, like they thought that they were going to phase out likes and just start using follows. Well, that hasn't worked really well. So your page may have one or the other, which is kind of interesting. And just this morning, I'll screen share this. Like just this morning on, that's not useful. Just this morning on my page, one of the things that had me kind of panicking is, as you can see right here, it says like, okay, you have 1.5 thousand likes. Cool. Well, it was also displaying that I had 0 people following my page. There's going to be some weirdness going on for a while with the likes versus the follows. So that is something just to don't panic about. It's fine. Like, don't worry about the fact, like if you go over and you're rolled in and it says that you have 0 people following you, don't worry about it. I don't know exactly what's going to happen with this, but it's definitely going to change over time. In terms of like what are some of the major differences on desktop, I will talk about the app changes in inside of the social media course. All of this stuff on the side is completely different, but it's also somewhat the same. So the settings are located in different areas. One of the things that disappeared is the ability to completely rearrange your tabs, which I'm a little bit upset about. Because like I can't get rid of this mentions tab. It's weird. So there's some differences there. If you have people who are helping you run your page, one of the main differences is that you're no longer assigning roles to people. You are giving them access to tasks or access to, what did they call it? Moderation. So some of that is completely different. The professional dashboard you're going to see looks completely different. It's just different. So for some people who, want to change things on their pages, you may feel a little frustrated with it. I'm going to be making tutorials that walk through all the basic settings and things like that because I know that it can be frustrating to feel like you're lost. So we will be adding things into the social media course with all of that information. But basically, there's one other thing I want to cover. All right, so one of the things that I am sending to you, is like a help document that is directly written by Facebook. And there's something on that help document that is wrong. I really hope it's wrong, but I think it's wrong. It says that one of the things that you're no longer going to have access to is reviews. And when I saw that, like, I was ticked. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, this is ridiculous. So I double checked on both on my app and on the desktop. I am in the New Pages experience. I still have access to reviews. And actually, like, if you want to test this out with me, right, one of the things that you can do is go to my Facebook page and find the reviews tab. The reviews tab actually still exists. So I'm just going to show you so that you know. Right? The reviews tab, it's right here. It's here, still here. Now, maybe what they mean by that you no longer have access to reviews, maybe pages could leave reviews on other pages before. I never used that feature if that was a thing. So, there you go. All right. That was one of the main things that I thought was interesting. Okay, so I'm going to stick around for a second and answer some questions. And then we're going to wrap this up and do a really quick recap. So let me come back so that I can see everything. Oh. Hey, if you do want a hold of the new trainings that are going to be coming out, I'm going to be rolling them out mid-August. They're going to be inside of the social media course. If you do want to get a hold of that, I may also be running a one-time training that is going to be on Zoom where you can get questions asked. If you would like to get a hold of a one-time training that's going to walk you through all this stuff, let me know. Put the word training down below. I will reach out to you. Let's have a conversation, and I'll show you, I'll let you know what's going to be happening there. Okay, so let's see. Lisa says, I was annoyed that I couldn't get my videos tab to show as one of the main ones. 100% Lisa, I feel annoyed as well. Heather had a question. Has Facebook announced a timeline when everyone will finally be rolled in? Unfortunately, no. Which is really kind of a pain in the butt. I was waiting. It looks like 2 weeks ago, they did a massive rollout. I'm not sure what percentage of people are in it now. I think it's interesting. I probably manage at least 10 pages, and only 2 of my pages have been rolled in. Like, to put it in perspective, Heather, like the speakeasy has not been rolled into this yet. We don't have access to the new changes. So that's kind of interesting. My guess is that the changes are probably going to be rolled out over the fall. So, you know, this is something that you'll probably get access to pretty soon. All right. If anybody has questions, drop them down below. I will be coming back to answer that in chat. Let's go ahead and do a rapid recap of things, so we can wrap this up. Oh, okay. I can go ahead. Okay, this is a good question. So Vicky, actually, Business Suite has been renamed. It is now the Meta Business Suite. So the Meta Business Suite is is linked up to the new Pages experience, but it is not the same thing. So the new Pages experience is actually inside of the Facebook app or the Facebook website. The Meta Business Suite ties into that with your business page, and that is how you will interact as your page in Messenger and things like that. It's also how you can get to things like scheduling content, to looking at more detailed insights and so forth. So Meta Business Suite is part of it. You know, it's part of it. Okay, so let's get to the recap. Whew. I need to think about what I want to say here. Okay. Over the past several weeks, we have noticed a lot of people have been rolled into the new Pages experience. I was one of them. So let's go through some of the basic differences between the old Facebook pages and the new Facebook pages. We're going to go through this really quick here, so that we can show you some of the cool stuff. All right. So one of the big things here, I'm going to answer this question first. Yes, everybody's going to be rolled into this new experience. You're going to get it. They were betaing this last year, but now they're starting to roll it out in bigger chunks. Something's about to happen. I mean, the shirt, it's true, right? Yes, you're going to get a hold of this. The main difference between these is going to be that you're navigating between your profiles and your pages. And what this new experience does is it takes what had been kind of intertwined, right? If you had been on desktop or in the app, if you had a business page, a professional business page for your music studio, the experience was overlapped inside of the app. So like you would get notifications from your page and from your personal profile, like all in one area. When you would try to navigate to your page and back to your personal profile, it would like automatically be flip-flopping you between like how you were interacting, and it was a little bit confusing. It was also confusing for those who might have been new to the platform, and you know, they weren't sure where to post on their page. Like they weren't sure how to post from their page. The new experience has taken those two things and separated them. So a very quick screen share here. This is how you're going to know if you're interacting as the page or profile. See up at the top here, I'm going to zoom in so you can kind of see this a little bit better. You can see this is my profile, my business profile picture. If I click on that, it's going to give me access to switch to interact as myself, my personal profile. And you can see that when I do that, we'll zoom back in here. Now I am interacting as my profile. And you're actually going to know that you're interacting as your profile, because if I go over to the page, this is pretty cool. It says you are commenting as Sara Campbell. Hooray, commenting as me. All right, so that's one of the things that, you know, it sets it apart. There's another thing here that you're going to see. Okay, so you can navigate between the two profiles very, very easily. I love this idea. It keeps it super separate. There's like a new news feed for your page. There's all kinds of cool stuff. Like I could talk about it for a really long time. There is also this new possibility. I'm going to screen share this really quick. There is a new possibility for you to interact as your page in the app. So the app itself, once you're rolled into this new change, the app is going to change too, which I really love. So let me screen share that. And here we go, Zoom. All right. So right now I am interacting as my personal profile, and we can see that because down at the bottom of this, get my spotlight, down at the bottom, you can see I'm highlighting this with my little red cursor, right? You see my personal profile picture. If I click on that, it opens up this menu where then again, I can navigate to interact as my page. Now, when I'm here, I'm actually posting on my page's timeline. And we know this because you can see the page profile picture. So, you know, that's one of the main differences, is that it just splits them up. So it allows you to navigate back and forth between them. I actually really like this feature. I think it's pretty cool. Let's come back and stop this screen share. All right. So that's one of the main differences, navigating between the profile. So that's the main difference. Just to kind of summarize, you know, a lot of the settings, they are there, but they're in totally different places. So I am going to be putting together a lot of trainings that will walk you through how to navigate these changes. So most of the stuff that you could do on your business pages, you still can do them, but accessing it is a little bit confusing. And there are some major differences. There are some things that have disappeared. And that's okay, because actually I like how the experience has been simplified. So if you are interested in getting a hold of these trainings, if you're curious about where you can get a hold of them, give me the word training down below. You can also give me the word new. And the Savvy Sara bot will reach out to you, and she will give you a couple things. She will give you the tutorial that Facebook has together so far in their help document. It's not really that helpful. Facebook, you need to fix that because there's wrong information on it. She'll give you a link to the new pages experience document. She will also give you information about how you can access trainings, where I'm going to be walking you through step by step and making sure that you know what you're doing. So if you are tired of figuring this out on your own, don't worry, I got you. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you next time. We will see you in a couple of weeks because I'm going on vacation. So if you're interested in learning about those trainings, let me know. We'll get you a hold of all of that good stuff. So until next time, stay savvy and stay you, because you are pretty dang awesome. Let me try this again. Oh my gosh. This is what Brain Frog does. Ooh, I want to answer a question really quickly here. I see a bunch of you are now interacting as your page on my page. Just to let you know, if you want to get the Savvy Sara bot stuff, it will not send things to your pages. So if you do want to get a hold of like that kind of stuff that I typically send out every week, you're going to need to interact as your profile. Just to let you know, kind of a pain in the butt, but there it is. Okay, that's it. I will see you all next time, next Wednesday. In the meantime, stay savvy and stay you, because you are an amazing teacher and there is no one in the world quite like you. And I think you are pretty dang awesome. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time. Outro video.